This is 95.3 Business Now.
Welcome back, everyone. Nigeria's Statistics Office revealed on Thursday that the country's overall economic growth figure, or GDP, fell to 2.74% in 2023 from 3.10% in the year 2022. This was lower than the World Bank and the International Monetary Fund projection of 2.9%. This was in spite of the GDP increase of 3.46% in the fourth quarter of 2023 compared to 2.54% in the third quarter ended September. Let's turn to Mukhtar Mohammed, the Chief Executive Officer of Finance with Mukhtar, for some insights into the latest Nigeria's GDP report. Thank you so much for connecting onto the show this Friday, sir.
Thank you for having me on Lamidi.
All right, Aramide, you mean actually?
Aramide, yes. Sorry.
Yes. So were you surprised at the fourth quarter GDP growth of 3.46%? Was that a sign of resilience of the economy?
Well, I was surprised, but again, the resilience of the economy and the Nigerian state. That's what I have to say. If you say that, I'm very surprised that we have that GDP growth. But again, we also should look at GDP growth as a result of the productivity level of the Nigerian economy, especially the service sector, which has defied all known challenges. So definitely, I was surprised that we had that growth, especially when you look at it coming from the service sector.
But breaking it down, what do the GDP figures reveal about the key sectors of the economy and how to strengthen them?
I think the good thing about the GDP figure that I've seen, the non-oil sector seems to be the key driver of the Nigerian economy, driving it about 95.3%. I mean, that is huge in the fourth quarter. I don't think we've had it like that bad, and that means that the oil sector, which happens to be one of the key drivers in the Nigerian economy, is not doing very, very well. And that is the reason why we have this kind of challenge we have in FX, because what it means that we are not having so much effect into the economy. Because when you look at the non-oil in terms of revenue to the Nigerian economy, it's far cry from the level in of this country to the GDP. So what it means is that we need to put more effort, especially in the non-oil sector. If we're talking about agriculture, we are talking about the service sector. We need to put more effort there to see how we can begin to earn more revenue from that space, especially FX revenue, because most of the revenue we earn in those spaces are in terms of investment that people are investing in the country, maybe in the service sector or in the agricultural lower chain. I mean, the agricultural supply chain. So we need to begin to look at how we can begin to export more of our product outside, and then the service sector also, because with the service sector also we need to improve in the area of power so that we have more power. Then that will create more participation and bringing more players into that sector. And we could also become like India, that will begin to export some of these services out of the shore of this country, or make Nigeria a hub in Africa when it comes to the service sector, especially in the ICT space. That's what government should be looking at. And the good news again is the oil sectors have increased a little bit. We have got, according to this, we have about 1.5 million barrels from 1.3, which is good. But my only challenge is that it seems to be increasing in paper, but it's not reflecting in our bottom line, because our effect in terms of earnings in our foreign reserve is still low. Hopefully, by the time we are able to wrap these 2 to 3 months, we will begin to see that effect in our FX reserve. And again, like I said, with the coming of Dangote refinery, would also help us in that sector.
So how do you now think the latest GDP figures would play out in terms of, the considerations for interest rate direction by the CBN at next week's meeting?
Well, I don't see that playing out so much, because the what will really play out in the next NPC meeting, I think, will be how to tame this rising cost of living. That is, again, you have to look at that and maintain price stability through the I think that's what the CBN will more or less concentrate more on, because if you look at the sector that have driven this economy, you look at the service sector, and what have not made them strive so much is the cost of funding. And sometimes the cost of funding is a result of the tightening that we have. So it makes cost of funding go up. And but when you look at the monthly inflation, you are not, but you will not want to but decide to do a little bit of tightening. That could have a negative effect in the short term, but in the long term, it could slow down inflation and also help the bottom line of the economy. So if you ask me, I don't think the CBN will improve oil production. That is left in the area, that's left in for the physical side to improve security so that we can improve oil production. If we are making 1.5 million production of oil per day, that means we have already exceeded our OPEC quota, and we're also almost meeting our budget estimation of production. So that is good, but again, we need to see that coming in form of effect, because that's how it affects the CBN when they acting from the sale of crude oil, then goes into the so the 3 tiers of government also have more funding. But again, the 3 tiers of government, in terms of the funding, we have not seen the impact, especially from the states and local government. Though they are beginning to roll out policy because of the hardship in the land, I don't think that is enough, because again, you are looking at just giving me food and you're not teaching me how to get food for myself. So that's one thing we need to see this other sector do by the time we start getting more earnings into the economy.
Do have a great weekend. We appreciate your perspectives on Nigeria's latest GDP numbers. Mukhtar Mohammed, the Chief Executive Officer of Finance with Mukhtar. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Well, I am Aramide Faloran, and that's your business now for this Friday, the 23rd of February. Join us again on Monday at 8:30 in the morning. It's bye for now.
This is 95.3 Business Now.